Hello guys, welcome to Tech Card Solutions. Today we will discuss about the OSI and their interview questions and answers. So let's start. First question is, what is the OSI model? OSI means Open System Interconnection. There are having a 7 layers in OSI. First layer is a physical layer. Second one is data link layer. Third one is network layer. Fourth one is transport. Fifth one is session. Sixth one is presentation. And seven one is application layer. These layers are divided in two parts. First is upper and second is lower. In upper part, application, presentation, session, transport, those are comes, and in lower layer, network, data link, and physical layers come. Second question is, what does the physical layer do? The physical layer deals with the physical connection between devices, including cables, switches, and electrical signals. It defines the hardware device and media used for the transmission. Means there is having some signals like electrical signal, light signal, radio signal. Copper cable use electric signal, fiber use light signal, and air use radio signal. There is having also some data transmissions, means simplex, half duplex, full duplex. Simplex means uh, there is having only one way communication. In half duplex means at a time one connection done, means it is having a both way connection, but only single time we can transport or receive the data. In full duplex means at a time we can uh, uh, communicate, or means transfer and receiver both we can do at the same time. We use protocols in physical layers, means we use Bluetooth, Ethernet. This protocol we use in a physical layer. Third question is, what is the role of the data link layer? The data link layer is responsible for node to node data transfer, error detection, and correction. It organizes the data into frame and handle MAC address. Means in a data link layer, there is data in the form of frames, and when they communicate to other device with the help of MAC address, they reach the correct destination. Every Mac, every device there is having means every frame there is having a source MAC address and destination MAC address. Uh, there some they do some having some functions like flow control, error control, access control. They will use a protocol, STP protocol, VTP protocol, DTP protocol. Fourth question, what functions are performed by the network layer? The network layer handle logical addressing and routing of data packets. It determines the best path to send data from source to destination and manage IP address. Mean network layer is a logical addressing. Means logical addressing is a IPv4 is a 32 bit and IPv6 is a 128 bit. So in they find so there is having multiple path to source to destination to reach the destination, but with the help of network layer we they find the best path to send a data packet from source to destination. uh, we we use some protocols like OSPF, AIGRP, RIP, uh, ISIS. These are the routing protocols, and IPv4, IPv6. Those are the routed protocols. How does the transport layer ensure reliable communication? In transport layer, it ensure reliable communication through the error recovery, flow control, and data segmentation. It uses a protocol like TCP for connection-oriented communication and UDP for the connection-less communication. Means error recovery means suppose source send some data to the destination, but some data didn't send like same order, or there is having suppose um, source send 1 2 3 this that data to the destination, but in destination side only that got 1 and 3, there is having a missing 2, then uh, that error occur. So there it is um, recover that data with the help of this layer. Also there is having one functions like flow control. Means suppose uh, there is having a communication between PC and mobile. So suppose the PC send 100 Mbps data per second to the mobile, but there is no having a capacity to capture data like 100 Mbps per second of the phone. So there is having only the capacity to uh, 50 Mbps per second. So they request to the PC to reduce your uh, data flow to 50 Mbps. And there is one more case. If the PC send the data 5 Mbps per second, uh, in that case, mobile also request to the PC to increase the data flow. And in the transport layer, there is having protocol like a TCP. TCP is a connection oriented. It is we get 100% surety to reach data to the destination. But in a UDP, there is not having 100% sure the data reach to the destination. But UDP is faster than TCP. 6. What is the role of the session layer? Session layer is establish, maintain, and terminate the sessions. Means the there is having some functions like authentication, authorization, session management. In authentication means there is means suppose we want to log in a Facebook. So in that case we need a username and password. So for the access the uh, Facebook. In second case, authorization. Authorization means we log in username password means uh, in authorization there is having read, write, execute. These are the permissions which is we have. Suppose only admin, suppose XYZ client, and admin only provide them a read only permission, so that XYZ employee not uh, can there they he is not unable to write or execute something on that site. These those are happening in a session layer. Seven question is, what does the presentation layer do? uh, when data comes from application layer to presentation layer, uh, the data is in the form of the character and number. That character and number, uh, they convert into machine understandable binary format. So they translate that data in the binary format. uh, Also there is having a function like um, compression means that data compress means, suppose the file size is 5 MB, 5 MB, that compress to the and convert it into the 2 2 MB means, we with the help of the compression, the speed means we can send faster to the destination. There is also having encryption and decryption means, encryption means data plain text to convert it into the ciphertext means, it is a unreadable format. Those these are happening in the presentation layer. And there is a application layer. What is the function of the application layer? The application layer provides network services directly to end user application. It supports protocol like HTTP, FTP, and SMTP. Means in application layer, we use application layer protocols. Means this protocol like HTTP means, suppose we want to uh, surfing on the net, in that case we use a HTTP. Suppose we want to send a file transfer, that we can do with the help of FTP. And suppose we want to send the mail to someone, in that case we use a SMTP protocol. Suppose we want to use a virtual terminal, in that case we use a telnet. Nine question is, how does the OSI model differ from the TCP IP model? In a OSI model, there is having a 7 layers, but in TCP IP there is having the 4 layers. And OSI model is more theoretical than TCP IP model, and TCP IP model is more practically uh, in a network. 10 question, how is the data encapsulated in the OSI model? Data is encapsulated in the OSI model as it passes through each layer. For example, at the application layer, data is increased, and as it move through each other, uh, or the each layer, header and tailor are added until it reach the physical layer as a bit stream. Means in data encapsulation, every layer add there some header and trailer to that data. Means in a data link layer, they're adding some MAC address, source and destination. In network layer, there is uh, add a IP address of source and destination. In transport layer, there add some ports, sequence numbers, also unit numbers. Means every layer add some header and trail. That is a data encapsulated. What are MAC? What are MAC address and which layer use them? MAC address is a 48-bit physical address. Every device there is having a MAC address. It is a unique identifier of the hardware and data link layer is use a MAC address. In a data link layer, the uh, data is in the form of the frame. With the help of MAC address, data link layer uh, send the data to the destination. 12 question. How does the OSI model handle error detection and correction? In two layers, there is having a functions like error detection and correction. One is a data link layer and second one is a transport layer. So we discussed both layer in previously. So error detection means suppose we detect error that not reach the destination correctly. In that case, they refilter and send the data send again and uh, send correct format. This happened in error detection and correction. What is the difference between a switch and a hub in OSI model? So there is having a lots of difference between hub and switch. Hub work in a physical layer and switch work in a data link layer. Also, some switches are work in a network layer. So hub every time send a message to all, but in case switch only first message sent to all. For in that case, there is no having a MAC address to that device. When they got a MAC addresses, then after that they only send that particular device of the destination. 14. How does routing work at the network layer? Oh, routing at the network layer involve determining the best path for data packets to travel from the source to destination across a different network. Routers use their IP addresses and routing tables to make a forwarding decisions. Means router, with the help of the router, we use find the best path to reach the destination, and it is routing work with the routed protocol and routing protocol uh, to find the best path. 15 question. What is the purpose of TCP and UDP at the transport layer? The TCP means transmission control protocol, and UDP means user datagram protocol. uh, TCP is provide a reliable, but in UDP there is no having any reliable. TCP is a connection oriented communication and UDP is a connection-less communication. Uh, TCP is slower than UDP, but there is having 100% surety to reach data at the destination. But in a UDP, there is no having any surety to reach data to the destination. TCP, for the best example of a TCP is email email sending, and in UDP the best example is movie streaming. 16. How does the OSI model handle data compression? Means data compression we means our data is compressed to the smaller one, means with the help of data compression is handled at the presentation layer. This layer ensure that the data is in the format that can be understood by the receiving application and can compress data to reduce the size of the transmission. Means it is increase the some speed. Uh, Means suppose we send the data from source to destination and we compress that data, it increase the speed to reach the destination. 17 question. What is the role of the session layer in network communication? The session layer manages the session between applications. It establish, maintain and terminate met the connection, ensuring that the data exchange happens smoothly and synchronously between applications. 18 question. How, how do firewall operate in relation to the OSI model? Firewall operate primarily at the network and transport layer. They filter a traffic based on the IP address and port numbers and can also inspect the traffic at the application layer to enforce security policies. Means a firewall we work on a network layer as well as a transport layer, and also we can use a firewall on a application layer also. 19 question. How do you troubleshoot a connectivity issue using the OSI model? Means there is every layer having some different functions, like a physical layer. There is having some, we can check hardware issues. In data link layer we check MAC addresses issue. In network layer we use IP addressing regarding issue, uh, and also we check routing problems. In transport layer we check connection issues. 20 question. Can can you provide a example of the device operating at each OSI layer? Means in physical layer we use cables, switches means hardware part. In data link layer we use NIC card means switch we can use. In data link layer, network layer we use a router for the IP addressing. In transport layer we use a TCP IP means computers and servers. Thank you guys, that is my time.